So, welcome to today's live episode, and I apologize for the delay in getting this started. I'm truly hoping that you can hear me. Um, so, let me let me get my thoughts back together again. So, today we're going to talk about one of my favorite practices. It's something I've been doing forever, and it really helped me and navigate through this chaos. Hey, Harbor of Hope refugee. Thank you for joining. Can you please let me know if you can hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Let me know if you're able to hear okay. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, I apologize, but this is what I'm going to be teaching you today. Is one of my and I'm new to Substack, and I'm new to Substack Live, and I'm just thrilled with it as a platform. And I think I'm not very technically savvy, and I think once I learn how to navigate everything, I'll be very good at it. But it seems like every time I go live, I have some issues. Let me start this again. What I want to teach you today is a practice called F.A.I.T.H. It's a very simple exercise that we actually can use to transmute fear and anxiety into love and trust. And I can tell you something that I've learned in over the years, that trust is the antidote to anxiety. You know, in a world with so much chaos, we're living in a world where it's really hard to trust even ourselves, much less each other, with so much noise in the world. You don't really know who we can trust. Hello, Flurry. Hello, Sean Hill. Could y'all please give me a thumbs up in the I still can't be sure that you're hearing me. Are you hearing me okay? Oh, someone just gave you. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we can move forward with some conviction here, because I was really wasn't sure I was speaking to anybody or not. Anybody was hearing me. So this process is a way to transmute. It's an alchemy of the heart, a way to use the go into the heart space to change the world. Really, that's the key to manifesting, is to be in a space where you have the capacity to shift things around. Thank you, Flory. I appreciate you letting me know. So I'm going to teach y'all this wonderful practice, because there's no shortage of fear and anxiety in the world. All you have to do is turn on the headline, open up your YouTube or your television, and read the headlines, and you will automatically, I do, go into fear and anxiety over where the world is headed, because everything I see in the news is just almost led by fear. And I don't care what side of the aisle you're sitting on, if you're sitting on the red side or the blue side, or which station you listen to, whether it's a progressive one or a conservative one, they all lead and try to get you to come watch their news by giving you some fear. So to start this exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to get into some fear. And I'm going to invite you just to, if you would, if you can, if you're in a place where you can, I want you to close your eyes and just see the headlines in the news. What's going on in the world today? The wars, and all the opinions about what's going to happen, and the threat of nuclear war and World War III. Well, we're in a war, you know. And so the news headlines are just, you can't help but be fear. So I'm going to invite you just for a second to close your eyes and feel the fear. We're going to start with those 5 letters, F-A-I-T-H. The first one is F. So I'm going to invite you to feel the fear. You can find it and connect with it. Find that fear, find it in your body. For me, it's located often in my gut. Get kind of a sick feeling in my gut when I got fear. You can feel it. It's like it kind of rushes in. It's like an energy that sort of takes over your body. So just feel it. We don't like to feel fear, so we want to resist it. But this time I'm going to encourage you not to resist it, to feel it and begin to flow with it. Just feel it and begin to flow with it. That's the first one. Feel it and flow with it. It's here for a reason. Fear has shown up as an energy to teach us something. Okay? It's not our enemy. We don't like the way it feels. It's uncomfortable. But it will just sit in that discomfort and feel it and begin to flow with it. And then the next letter is A for accept it. Just accept it for what it is. It's here. You know, there's no point in resisting it and pushing it away. Just let it come up and be present. It may be something of very big, it's probably something a lot of value to you. I know it is. That's what we're going to teach you. There's value in this feeling, in this emotional feeling of fear. For me, it often feels like shame. You know, it often feels like shame. And what is the fear trying to say? So I do an I for an inquiry. What are you trying to tell me, fear? What are you saying about me? Why am I feeling this way? This is the thing about fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. I'm going to repeat that again. It's something we say in AA. Fear is false evidence appearing real. So if it's false evidence, it's not true. As a matter of fact, the opposite is true. So you'll notice that the fear is usually telling you something like, I'm not good enough. If I have a problem with money, it's like, well, everybody else seems to be able to work out their money except me. I must be stupid. I must not be smart enough. Or I'm not enough. And you know what? Whenever we think our mind is telling us that we're not enough, we feel like we're flawed. So that there's an icky feeling of, for me, of shame. It's kind of a dark, gray, ugly feeling inside my body, in my stomach. Somehow I'm flawed and I'm not good enough and I'm not worthy. And that makes us feel bad. But the news is, it's false evidence appearing real. So it's not true. Actually, the opposite is true. So if you take it and you flip, I'm unworthy, I'm not good enough, to the truth. What is the truth? Then we can remember. Then we have the opportunity. It kind of loosens up something, and we remember the truth of who we are. Who are we? Well, what I will tell you, when I let go of the fear, I remember that I am deeply connected to the prime source creator of the universe. I am intertwined in it. It is my DNA. It is my true nature, and it's yours too. That's the power of this. And you can see clearly how it's showing, how the fear is showing up to sabotage you. So don't let it sabotage you. You're not afraid of it. Just feel it. Flow with it. You just did that. And then flip it over to the truth and see how you feel now. And state the truth. I am a loving, compassionate human being that's here on this planet to support my fellow human beings into the ascension into the new earth. And I love my role. I am here as a light worker to help you come into the light, to wake up to the truth of who you are and why you're here. I'm already feeling better. I mean, I love what I'm here to do. You know, and the other thing is, I'm not in control. Creator's in control. I'm just allowing myself to flow with it. because I trust the Creator. And now I say, oh, now I trust if I am deeply connected to the divine source creator within me, what some people call Allah, some people call God. It's not a thing to believe in. It is an experience to have. People ask me sometimes, I say, are you a Christian? And I'd say, I would never define myself as a Christian. If I were going to define myself as anything, I would say I'm a mystic. I'm a Christian mystic. What I would say is how I behave in the world. I do follow the teachings of Yeshua. And he says to love your God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. So that's what I practice. And when I practice that, I find myself in coherence because that's what I was instructed to do by Yeshua. And that's what I'm doing. So now I'm aware of who I am and what I'm here to do. And so are you. So that's trust. That's truth. State the truth about who you are. And, when you realize and remember who we are, who you are, who I am, truly, life is just gorgeous. It's beautiful. Even in this world of chaos, because it's imploding. You don't win wars by creating more wars. You actually end wars by loving the enemy. To love your neighbor as yourself, to love unconditionally, doesn't mean you only love the people who think like you. I remember years ago when I went home to visit my mother. She lives in Albany, Georgia, not too far from Plains, which is where Jimmy Carter lived, and he taught a Sunday school class in the Baptist church every Sunday morning around the corner, about 30 miles from my house. So I told her I wanted to go and see what Jimmy Carter had to say. I've never been to one of his Sunday school classes, and I'll never forget. It was an interesting church. It was he didn't go back to the First Baptist Church of Plains. He went to a little church out in the country, a little red brick church. And it was interesting because inside it was mostly good, nice Christian white people. But what was really interesting is all around the walls, buses from Fort Benning had come in, and it was mostly African American, or a whole diversity of people. So it made the whole place come alive, particularly for his talk that day. Was easy to love people who look and act like you, but it's very different, very challenging. And this is where we're being asked to love unconditionally, to love people who are not like us. So, and this is where this is challenging for us. It's challenging for me sometimes. And let me be clear about something. You're not forgiving the behavior. You're not condoning people's bad behavior. I don't care who it is. But what you're saying is, I'm not seeing just the bad behavior. I know behind behavior. I don't know what's causing the bad behavior. Not my job. But what I see behind the behavior is a human being heart. The popular saying called namaste, the light in me sees the light in you. So that's what we're doing here. We're transmuting. It's an alchemy of the heart. It's using the heart to begin to become a lighthouse, to open up and create a light in the world for people to follow. Isn't that what Jesus said? Follow me, I am the light. People are afraid to do what Jesus told them to do. It's easy for them to try to pick up a dogmatic belief system, which had nothing to do with Yeshua. That happened 323 years after he left this planet. And I'm not even sure that whole story of him being crucified is absolutely true. There's a lot of New Testaments that have been discovered in the last 100 years. They tell a whole different story of the crucifixion. And I'm not won't even go near that because it's just that's an entire episode. But there's an entire uh, there are books of the Bible, the book of Enoch, etc., the book of Mary Magdalene, the book of Thomas. And if you've never read some of these newer books that have come into the Gnostic Gospels, they're often called, I highly recommend because it will give you a much broader and much clearer understanding of what Yeshua was here to do. And it certainly wasn't to create a religion where people worshiped him and put him on a stool. That was the last thing he wanted anybody to do. So yeah, that's what we got for you today. We got an opportunity. So I'm gonna drop a link for you. I mean, if I can find it, I'll drop it in the comment section right now. Let me see if I can drop the link in the comment section. Share. Get a link. Let me get it. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to give you the link in the comment section. Let me ask you a question. I can see you in the. We've got time. I'm here for you guys. This is live. Tell me. I just put it into the comment section. Do any of you have any questions? I'd love to answer your questions. I'm sitting here and I'm live. I've got time. I was planning to go 30 minutes and I've only gone 20. 5 of that was wasted with other stuff that was a nonsense about my audio working or not. Anybody got any questions they want? Flurry, great to see you on here, Sean. Oh, I see Sean Hill's my neighbor. Harbor of Hope, Rosemary. Excuse me. I'd love to hear. And while we're here, if you're having a trouble commenting, you may have to subscribe. Please do subscribe to my station. Okay. And I don't mean you have to do a option and get to know me. It gives you the opportunity to comment and be included. And then if you like, then you could, at some point, you could become a paid subscriber. And that's only $7.77 a month. And then you get to help support me in the content. And I do put out some different content in there and for the people who subscribe. If you like teachings like this, I go a little deeper in a private setting so that everybody can participate. And it's more of a workshop than a presentation. And but one of the good things it does, not only does it help support me and help me keep this, give it the quality I want to give it and help you, but one important thing it does is that I take a lot of the profits, the extra, which is the money that we from the subscriptions, and it helps us to donate it to our nonprofit Diamond Mine Academy, which is a 501c3 for the support of marginalized and vulnerable Africans whose lives are at risk. I help them, mostly on my refugees, and we help them with basic needs. So if you want to be part of that program, that's what I do with the money. I mean, we do have some cost, minimal cost, but everything else I give it to the nonprofit. That's why I do this. So if you want to support me, support the nonprofit, support the work we do, please become a paid subscriber. It's only $7.77 a month. So I'd love for you to do that. But if you don't do that, please at least do the free subscription because we'd love to have you be a part of our program. That's the most important thing. So I don't see anybody asking me any questions right now. And I'm going to say thank you. Thank you for joining us today. And I appreciate you being here. I'm getting new at this. I have more to come. Hopefully I'll be a little more sophisticated next time when it comes to my technical things, but we're getting there. Okay. I appreciate you.